왼발, left, right. Officer, platoon, halt, left, face at ease. Cadet, this must be something big news if you're interrupting marching drills.
Sir, yes, sir.
Well,
Sir, this cadet has been informed that Officer Saul has been officially exempt from the remainder of his service, sir.
oh, and you've been informed by...
Sir, this cadet has been informed by Captain Saul just 10 minutes ago, sir. Officer Saul has been awarded exemption on the basis of his accomplishment as a K-pop artist and his addition to the nation's soft power, sir. Officer Saul is now given the option to halt his duties, sir.
Oh, well, this is quite a dilemma, isn't it? What would you do, cadet?
Oh, sir, this cadet would remain in service to his country and people, sir. But this cadet also believes Officer Saul would do much good for his country with his work beyond the military service, sir.
Would you, well, I guess I've come to a decision.
You know what was awkward? You really went to the kunde?
Yeah, I did.
Military? I did not. All I know is I watched too much movies.
Okay.
So yours is like a 찐 군인.
왼발.
Ah, really? Do you remember your days? in the
I
military
don't
service?
actually. It was almost like 13 years ago. So.
Oh, that long ago?
Yeah, it is. I'm 민방위 now.
Really?
Yeah,
Back then,
not even 예비군.
back then, did you have tattoos around you?
Yeah, of course.
Oh,
Yeah.
and it was okay.
the only time I got trouble when I was serving for the military was during the summertime, where we have to roll our sleeves up until our shoulders, and whenever you pay your
Wow.
respect to the 상관들, then
Uh-huh.
that's when they notice. Oh, you have a tattoo on your right arm.
멋있다. Yo.
재밌었죠, 그때.
Anyway, the skit we just performed was to get you geared up for the talk we have ahead of us on this very sensitive yet timely issue.
Yep, we're talking about one of the major controversies of this season, the question of...
Should BTS receive military exemption?
최근 화제인 BTS의 군 면제. 나는 찬성한다 혹은 반대한다.
Okay, first of all, disclaimer, everybody. If you're listening to Kride, this is just personal opinions. Don't bomb us. If you want to complain or if you want to like really 욕설하고 싶어도 샵 1013 for 51 charge, 101 for longer text message. Our email is kride.tbs@gmail.com. Try not to use swear words. Thank you.
맞습니다, 여러분. 오늘의 주제는 사실 무슨 뭐 여러분들과 저희 사이에 어떤 텐션을 조장하려는 게 아니고 정말 그냥 의견이 궁금한 그런 건조한 대화를 하는 그런 장입니다.
Exactly. 지금 여기는 이태원입니다. 이태원 freedom. Let's have an open mind and discuss about this.
Yeah.
So, as the proposed amendments to the current Military Service Act stand for review by the National Assembly, we want to open up the discussion with our listeners and compile your views. So, this debate question has several layers and factors to get through. So, let's get it right to it right now.
Yes, so first, let's get a basis for where the crowd stands with K-Ride's poll conducted over the last 24 hours. We asked you if you think BTS should receive an exemption from serving their mandatory service.
Right,
And these were what we got.
Exactly. Exemption, if those who doesn't know what it means, that means like should they not go to the military, not
Okay.
serve the military to keep it simple. So this is interesting because according to the poll on Instagram, 37 people say yes.
Okay, that's
yes,
a lot
they should
less than
get
I thought.
They should get an exemption, right? But 63 people say no.
Wow.
Like, so they should go to the military.
Okay.
So here are some reasons, like they have, of course. But of course, before we go to that, 선생님, 어우 깜짝이야. 몹시 하이 텐션.
네.
월요일이니까요.
맞아요.
힘들어서 같이 우샤우샤 파이팅 해야 된다.
여러분, 월요일은 끌어올려야 되는 날입니다.
Yes, and for those people who choose yes, they should serve the military. We have a few answers
Yeah,
here.
first one from 7453 says, by giving BTS exemption, the government can signal that they are becoming more lax in the military. This can be good for countries Korea has military tension with.
Oh, so
이런
it's a good...
관점도 있군요.
Right, so this is like a, yes, they should... Wait a minute, so that means they should let them not go to the military?
They should
Yes,
not.
They should not, okay. All right, for no, they don't. Now I'm a little confused. No, they don't. So they shouldn't serve the military.
No, they should
don't-
serve for the military.
They should, right?
Yeah.
They shouldn't have the exemption. Okay, so Kasi Casca say regardless of their fame, they still have a duty to serve their country just like everyone else.
아, 어렵다. 근데 진짜 이건 너무 어렵다. Okay, what's your personal opinion on this?
I don't want to offend anybody,
Uh-huh.
especially any armies, but my honest opinion here is I really don't know. I really don't know whether it's okay to exempt them. Because if you exempt them, what about the other people who are like also very 애매하게? For example, let's say people in the b-boy world, breakdance, they go to international championship, they won the first, but they still have to serve the military.
맞아요.
Not until that became like breakdancing became an Olympic
그쵸.
official 항목, right? So what about those people then?
아, 너무 어렵다. 근데 I think as a government's perspective, the only reason they're trying to give them the benefit of exemption from the military service is just because of the benefits they're bringing over to our country from the foreign countries, you know what I mean? Because they're making like over $22 million a year.
근데 that's so true. If you 그렇게 따지면 they did something that even during the COVID period and the slum, they were the one who brought in all this financial support
그치.
to Korea through
맞아.
Hallyu, right? So they actually achieved something bigger than all the artists do. We have to agree with this.
맞아.
But what about like in the previous people like Psy, Big Bang?
근데 I think it's uncomparable to the things that BTS are doing nowadays.
Right.
그래가지고 BTS보다 큰 사람은 사실 지금 없기 때문에 I 조심스럽게 want to say A.
어렵다. I think we need some time here. By the way, for more information to all of you, currently Korea's military time can be as short as 18 months.
What?
But it used to be much longer.
Yeah.
So this song actually is actually when it was much more longer. I think.
맞습니다. 이 노래 듣고 오는 동안 여러분들의 생각을 저희에게 말씀해 주세요. 샵 1013이고요. 듣고 오실 노래는 The Gold with 2년 2개월.
Okay, today we're asking everybody about whether you think BTS should serve the military or not.
맞습니다.
And before we continue to read more of your opinions, we want to give you some, fun facts about this. For example, the history of exemptions. So Article 68-111 of the Enforcement Decree of the Military Service Act stipulates that military service exemptions may be made for people with special skills in the field of arts and sports.
Like violinists, pianists, and ballet performers. Also, athletes who have won medals in the Olympics or specifically a gold medal in the Asian Games are exempted from active duty.
Oh, so violinists and pianists and all these ballet performers are also included. So exemptions for athletes were introduced in 1973, which actually, if you think about it, it's not too long ago.
Yeah.
So the question of whether pop artists can be excluded too.
Included.
It's also getting attention last November. It's been a long-going debate here. And it's definitely not easy. That's why the government can't make a quick decision even, right?
In this perspective, I think they should be included in this exemption standard.
그치?
Yeah, I think so.
By just looking at this point, right? But then there's so many more different things here. We're going to read a few more opinions here. Some people say no, they don't. Kimberly say if they want to let BTS be exempt, then they should exempt all idol groups. It's too unfair. I say everyone should go.
Okay.
But the thing is, like, nobody really achieved that kind of level of
그러니까요.
achievement, right?
So
Also, Tears
says, in my opinion, if the government wants to give exemptions to idols or artists, they should have the exact standard about to what extent an idol or artist can get the exemption. Because it's not fair if it's just BTS could bring a fan war to LOL.
Exactly. But the problem right now is it's very hard to make this standard here. What we're trying to say. That's the problem what we're having now. For those people who say, yes, they should serve the military by Abby Byun saying that, I get that it can seem unfair in a lot of ways, but I think BTS is the best group to make the change for. And I think the change is inevitable. BTS can do so much more for the betterment of the country outside of the military.
That is so true. I kind of agree on that. And I got to be a little more honest about one more thing. That back in the days when I served for the military, I used to serve for around like 22 months. Now it's shortened to 18 months in total, which is a year and a half. And that is not even a long time. So what's the point of being inactive during that time? So, yeah.
For me, honestly, my just personal opinion, excluding all these facts about laws and whatever, 그냥 갔다 오는 게 더 멋있어.
뭐 그렇죠,
For
당연히.
image-wise, we're like, screw the laws, we're just gonna go surf and come back. There will be more credit for them, I think.
근데 just like Abby Byun said, for the betterment of the country, then I think...
Right, it's difficult. Everybody keep letting us know your opinion whether they should serve or should not serve.
맞아요.
Try to support with your facts and any of your thoughts why you think so.
맞습니다.
We're going to be back after a song. This is BTS with Best of Me.
You are listening to K-Ride on TBS EFM 101.3 in Seoul and surrounding areas. I am your crazy driver, Samuel.
And I'm your lovely driver, Alexander.
Yay!
You can listen live with the TBS EFM app or catch our visual radio over YouTube under the same name.
If you missed any episodes or want to listen to us again, you can find us on Patbang and Naver's audio clip.
And for the latest news and updates, make sure you follow us on Instagram. Our handle is kride.tbs. Especially to catch our weekly verses, you guys should go to our official Instagram to vote for what you think.
And we're in the middle of our heated debate over a topic shaking a lot of things up in the saying, should BTS receive military exemption? 최근 화제인 BTS의 군 면제 나는 찬성한다 혹은 반대한다.
Right. So before we go back to when life gives you Mondays. when Monday gives
it
you
is
life.
Monday, bro.
클라키 say 중학교 때 꿈에 여군 가는 거였는데 신체 조건에서 탈락할 것 같아 꿈을 저문 기억이 나네요.
Wow, so Clark wanted to serve for the military when she was in middle school.
Amazing. I can't believe that. I mean, nowadays people think it more cool after they watch like, you know, how
가짜 사나이 and stuff
all
like
this
that, right?
female version of 진짜 사나이 also. Honestly, I really think, you know, okay, girls, please don't hate me. And I think at least for the, how do you say, 1 to 3 months 기본 training, I think females should also receive that.
Yeah.
Let's say, how do you say?
I mean, it's better to know how to protect ourselves.
Exactly.
So, yeah.
Because when you go to war, it's not only men going there. I think women should know how to use a gun.
그러니까.
Because even for me, when I don't even know I don't go to serve the military, I don't know any basics about how to shoot, how to protect and all these things. So I actually realized that, that's why you need to serve the military.
맞아.
But how long that is going to be, I don't know.
It's going to be decided by the government, so it's not up to us to decide.
What do you guys do? After the training for 3 to 6 months, isn't it already enough to learn everything?
Oh, it's not enough actually. That was the basic training. You get to do more extreme training when you get to the your main base. Yeah.
Really?
진짜로.
Oh man.
Yeah.
Okay. Anyway, back to this topic about whether BTS should serve or should not. We have more opinions here.
Yeah, first one, who's then on the no side, Siska Andriani says, there are many other talented idols too beside BTS. Why would only BTS get the exemption? Popular singers like Psy served in the military earlier. Okay, by the way, Siska, I'm not trying to go against your opinion and stuff.
Right.
I mean, I'm totally with you on this one, but the fact about BTS is we're strictly sticking to the numbers they're bringing over to Korea.
Right.
Yeah.
Based on the fact like they really achieved something which was really extraordinary.
그러니까요.
Never done before.
Yeah.
And FYI, go search for Psy. There is a fun fact about Psy. He actually served military like 3 times.
Right, he did.
Because there were some problems, so he actually was had to serve again.
맞아요.
I think he did that 3 times or something. So there was go search for it. It's a very fun thing about him. People who say yes to military, just Judge Judy said that precedents are important in law. Looking at BTS on its own can seem like their accomplishments don't measure up to deserve exemption. But there's a precedent of other musicians and athletes. 조성진 pianist, for example, or Song Heung-min. When you compare the accomplishment with BTS, I think they're even.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah,
The level of achievement, right? Oh, this is so hard to measure. And some people also complain, I'm sure, because a lot of people saying they're a group, 6 men, not only 1 man. If it's only 1 man, for example, B or like that, yeah, you could do it. But 6 guys, do they equally contribute? Blah, 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 blah. So it's very hard to measure.
I mean, it's 6 men completes BTS, so...
Exactly. Oh, man.
Oh, this is really hard.
Honestly,
정말 어려운데.
If I were the company, I think it would make 6 of them go at the same time.
맞아. 그냥 동반입다 해서
멋있게,
빨리
right?
갔다 와라.
And,
이게 나을 것
make
같기도
people
하고.
support their comeback, the grand comeback. That would be even more 멋있어. But of course,
맞아요.
it's all about, business. So I don't know here.
맞습니다. 여러분들도 계속해서 여러분들의 생각을 저희에게 알려주시면 감사드리겠습니다. 샵 1013 짧은 문자는 50원, 긴 문자나 사진은 100원입니다.
Right. So also, Kitty Girl said that I know maybe BTS has contributed much to the K-pop industry, but I think this is not an excuse to give them an exemption.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah, Mildred says it's unfair to the other idols who already went to the military to do their service. They even had to leave their other members when they wanted.
Right. But then to fight fairly, like Sam say, those idols, did they achieve such Grammy Award nomination on this? They did not.
Yeah.
And really, even though it's a very good big hit, to up to that level to be internationally known, I must say that was BTS was the only one.
Right. And as a person who's also categorized as a K-pop artist myself, Samuel, and I also serve for the military, and I got no beef with this topic, so.
Right. Anyway, we're just trying to balance everything out here. For those people who are curious, who has to go to army? Basically, in South Korea, all men of good physical health, after they turn 18, you can enlist. You could delay it if you have to go to college first, or you have to study or whatever. You could delay until a certain age. But at the end, you have to serve no later than I think your mid-30s.
Not mid-30s, but your early 30s.
Early 30s, okay.
그러니까요.
Am I too old for military already?
Yeah, you are.
Okay, no comment. So objection to military service for any reason is not allowed. It's actually illegal and will lead to jail time.
And dual citizenships must also choose one citizenship by their 18th birthday and will not have to complete their military service if they revoke their Korean citizenship.
Right. One of a fun case you guys can search on the internet also is about Yoo Seung-jun.
네.
He is one of the very notorious case about, not going to the military.
맞아요.
So he's been banned to South Korea since then.
맞아요.
So there's
It's almost
so
been
many
like 30 years now.
Right.
Yeah.
But then aside from that, he did it online, thing.
그쵸.
He made mistake saying
So
that.
I guess the topic itself is a lot more complicated than we talk about
so
right
much.
now because everything is,
Exactly. So of course we respect everybody's opinion, and that's why today it's all about the day of law, right? Today in Korea, 법 and I.
Yeah.
So it really depends. We will respect whatever the government actually decide. And good luck to them. It's going to be so painful. Even for us, it's so hard to think about it.
맞아요.
How would the government even be able to make a good
맞아요.
decision?
하지만 중요한 거는 틀린 의견은 없습니다. 여러분 계속해서 의견을 부탁드리고요. We're going to be back after a song from an artist currently serving in the military. This is Shanu with I'll Be There. We'll be back soon.
All right, we're back with When Life Gives You Mondays. We are having a very strong debate here about the very hot debate about whether BTS should serve the military.
맞습니다. 최근 화제인 BTS의 군면제 찬성하는지 반대하는지 여러분의 의견을 여쭤보고 있는데요. Guys, don't forget every opinions count, so let us know what you guys think.
Right. So surprisingly, one of our listeners actually shared with us a very long opinion. We're not trying to be 그것이 알고 싶다, or we're not any lawyers here. I'm not Kim Hye-soo from 소년 심판.
Yes.
But look at this here, what I have. This is...
Wow, this is a 6-page long email from one of our listeners.
So instead of reading it, I'm sorry, I hate reading. So I don't like reading, but thank you so much for this. So that's why we are really going to connect to this listener instead to listen out. I believe this listener is Leon Teo, one of our longtime listener here.
Yeah.
So are we connected, right? Hello?
Hello?
Hi, Gender. Hi, Samson.
Hi, Leon. Oh, did you swear? Was that beep a swear word? Just kidding. Anyway, first of all, Leon, thank you so much for your long email.
Yeah.
Your opinion here. I'm really curious. So first of all, tell us about where you are from and how is it like in your country? Right.
Hi, my name is Leon and I'm from Singapore.
Okay, Singapore.
Good.
So in Singapore, how's the military service here? I remember female has to serve too, right?
Yeah, there's military service here for Singapore males as well, from the age of 18 as well. If you're able-bodied, you have to serve.
Wow. At the age of 18, that's kind of early, but yeah.
Right.
So it's quite similar. Yeah, so it's quite similar.
Oh, okay.
So you guys call it NS, right? National Service, is it? Serve the NS.
Yeah, we call it national service.
Ah, interesting.
Cool.
All right, so here we have, I'm sorry, I really can't read so long. We just received it just now, but what is your thoughts here? We would like to hear your honest opinion about what do you think about BTS? Should they serve or should they not serve?
My opinion is that although BTS impact on South Korea, we know the economy and the pop culture, the issue is that currently pop culture doesn't have a standardized means of measuring accolades other than album or chart sales results. So until the issue is solved, there will always be controversies regarding K-pop artists and whether if they receive military exemption or not.
Right. That's a very tough part, right? How do they set the standard? So don't you think at the same time, there will be the good first case to actually set the standard?
그쵸.
Yeah, I agree with that because BTS, they really achieve so much and there's no way to deny the impact. So I'm sure that BTS, if they might be the first K-pop artist to be exempted, but we should set a rule based on that as well.
Right.
I'm very curious because here you separated your email into different paragraphs in the for example, perspective of army, of high politicians, netizens. So can you highlight a little bit about what you're actually saying here? Because it's actually very deep.
So of course, in terms of armies and the agency, of course they wouldn't want their artists to serve because
Right.
of course there's no denying their popularity might be affected after serving. Like you won't know if they'll still remain as popular
Exactly.
after serving in the military.
Right.
Yeah, so that's the case. And politicians is like, of course, politicians are trying to make a case so that BTS and other pop artists can receive credit for what they have been doing. So yeah, of course, politicians will also want to make sure that it's fair for them as well.
And netizens wide was? Netizens?
Netizens, it seems like
It's
netizens.
just split. They're just split on this issue actually.
Right. I feel like a lot of foreign fans actually always want to exclude them. But it's very hard to know what's legit or not. I'm curious, in Singapore, is there any cases where actually people are exempt from the national service?
Yeah, if they have like mental issues and like if they are disabled, all this they are not required to serve as well.
Right. What about like national Olympians, like for people who join the
Athletes
Olympics?
or celebrities, kind of.
Do they get exempt?
Olympians, yeah, they do get deferment, but I don't think they get exempted.
Okay.
Oh, really?
That's quite
So they
rare
still have to
case then,
serve.
Yeah, but they get deferment.
Oh, interesting. So far, also no entertainers in Singapore actually got exempted from military service, right?
No. For entertainment wise, no.
This is interesting because Singapore is actually one of the countries that have like military service. A lot of countries don't have it yet. So, and I also of course, I really like Singapore because they have a lot of like structured laws and rules there, very clear. Yeah. So can we also ask you, I'm curious, how is Hallyu in Singapore these days?
Oh, of course, it has been big since like 2010. Yeah, it has been growing and growing. And yeah, K-pop is really popular among the teenagers these days, yeah.
Interesting. One last question. I hope you don't mind me asking. What do you think on this is a very sensitive topic, but what do you think about females serving the military in Singapore? Female have to serve, right? For how long?
No, female doesn't have to serve. Female doesn't have to serve here as well.
Oh, really?
okay.
Oh, interesting. Is it in Malaysia then? They have to serve? No, you're not sure.
Yeah, I
right?
think Malaysia. If I heard correctly, yeah, I think it's in Malaysia though.
Right. A shorter time than guy. Interesting. Okay. Thank you so much, Leon. We're really happy that you actually have a long opinion.
Thank
here
you.
about
Thank you
this.
for giving me this opportunity.
Yeah, thanks for always tuning in also. Thank you. Hello?
Hello? I think we're
Okay, we're done.
disconnected,
Okay,
yeah.
okay. Thank you
so
so
much for calling,
much.
Leon. Yeah.
역시 Leon.
Yeah.
All right, this is very interesting to hear from his side. That's so true. It's all about the standard. How do you set this standard? This is a very difficult thing here. And we have more opinions from our listeners here,
예,
actually.
5231님께서는 예스의 측면이신데요. BTS가 군면제되면 좋지만 절충해서 최소한의 훈련과 가수 활동을 병행하는 것도 방법인 것 같습니다. 최근 우크라이나를 보며 저희도 언제 그런 상황이 닥칠 수 있다는 생각이 들더라고요. 그래서 여자들도 저도 여자예요. 최소한의 기본적인 군사훈련을 받는 것에 대한 알렉산더님의 의견에 동감합니다. 그저 이런 군대가 필요 없는 평화만 있는 세상이 오면 좋겠어요.
Right. So she's talking about how, first of all, BTS. I didn't understand that part. What does she mean by, so BTS should serve? Right, because they should make a standard for also
Right.
singers to also be included. And she also said about the female. 솔직히 저도 그래요. My mind changed after I saw Ukraine and Russia.
맞아요.
그때는 갑자기 와 진짜 전쟁이란 게 진짜 일어날 수 있는 일이구나.
진짜 맞는 말이고 I think it's a really good idea if they
That's so
just serve
sad.
during the basic training thing because
Even just for 1 month, right?
yeah, because I mean even shooting a gun it's not so simple as it
Right.
looks. So
그니까. I can't believe we are actually thinking about war in this generation. This is so ridiculous.
요즘에
진짜.
참 그게 없긴
뭐
한데.
어떤 시대인데 아직도 전쟁이 일어난 게 진짜 말이 안 돼. Anyway, let's continue. Some people say no, they don't. 2150님 say that 당연히 군대 가야죠. 우리 모두 각자의 역할에서 최선을 다합니다.
Okay, they have to go. This
Yeah, they
person
should go.
said. 근데 저도 다 공감합니다. 모든 분들의 의견이 사실 다 맞는 거예요.
Right? That's why it's so difficult.
그니까요.
Cloud K also said.
냉정하게 생각해봤는데요. 국방의 의무가 우리나라 남자라면 해당되니까 군대 가는 거에 찬성합니다. 제 첫 조카도 대학 입학하자마자 휴학하고 작년 5월에 군대 갔거든요. 그래서 다녀오는 게 BTS에게 나중에 더 좋을 것 같습니다.
Right, it's actually better. It's actually a duty for all the males here. I think it's really image-wise it's going to be good for them. But also part of me is thinking maybe it's a good chance to break the rule once and for all, right? More saying yes to the exemption. 0589님 said, I think it will be a waste of good talent and their career will be on a halt. Yeah, what if we match midline? Let them serve like a shorter time for 1 year. I don't know, you know?
Yeah.
So, because some people argued that they were like saying that it's not the same as other national like Olympians because showbiz is more like a commercial stuff, right?
맞아.
It's all about earning money. Interesting. Nur Natasha said.
I'm in Malaysia. We don't have to serve. You have to apply to serve in the military.
Oh, I guess it's just like
모병제.
right, just like in China also, you have to apply there.
네.
Some people like that as an occupation, right?
Yeah, and then me personally, I'd say I'm a yes and no at the same time kind of guy because I mean, if they were to serve, then just go serve for the military BTS.
머리
But
아프다.
if you guys don't have to serve, just serve for at least for the basic training session.
Right, 진짜. This is a very difficult thing. Anyway, we're going to be right back after a song. For Leon, who also welcomes Chen back from military. I did not know that.
Oh.
금방 들어오셨네요.
그러게요. He's discharged just today.
So let's celebrate this with a song by Chen. This is
Hello.
Hello, Chen. All right, guys, thank you so much for the debate. And going to the military is not that bad. Chen apparently have kids while he was in military.
맞습니다. 둘째 출산 축하드립니다.
축하드립니다. Yay! And this song is actually a song by 손태지 TJ.
Okay.
The reason why we're playing is because TBS EFM Sweet Rendezvous invites you to the sweet busking by the river, 한강 Sweet Busking.
Yes, marking the Sweet Rendezvous second anniversary this coming Saturday, April 30th, 3 p.m. at 한강 난지 Park Lawn Garden, 한강 난지공원 잔디마당. TBS EFM has organized a very special event, a Sweet Busking live show by the Han River.
Right, along with our very own DJ, mesmerizing opera singer 손태지. We have also an array of special guests from one of Korea's favorite foreign celebrities, Greg Fraser, man on air, to classical guitar with 장하은, as well as Oh Eun-chul, the pianist of Superband 2 champions, Craig Silver.
Interesting.
Craig
This
Silver.
special show will be recorded and will broadcast on the following day, Sunday, May 1st at 7 a.m. on TBS EFM Sweet Rendezvous.
Don't miss this chance for a very romantic picnic outdoors and enjoy. We're gonna listen to this song by 손태지. What is the title? Roman guitar.
Roman guitar.
Roman guitar. And we'll see you in part 4.